I hardly noticed them.
All right, we got Lone Crescent Bellona, the brand new ML unit that was teased, and we're taking a look at her preview today. She is a Dark Warrior, so this makes a total of 3 Bellonas in game. We got RGB Bellona, right? Green Bellona. We got SSB, Seaside Bellona, and then now we have the ML version, Lone Crescent Bellona. But this one is different because she is a warrior, so not a ranger. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly, how she could potentially be played, because I mean, SSB is already played as a bruiser, right? She has really good multipliers, so making her tanky still allows her to do a good amount of damage, right? But because she has the clapback, right, built into her kit. So let's take a look at Lone Crescent Bellona's stats. So again, she is a Dark Warrior, and because we need more warriors, right? We don't have enough warriors in Epic 7, right? Why not another one? And so her speed is 102, so on the slower end, okay? So she's not going to be taking turn 1. I don't think that she's going to be that type of unit, right? She does have an imprint release of HP, a concentration of attack. Usually when units have attack, they scale off of attack, right? Like SSB has the drink artifact, so you want as much attack as possible on her for that like extra splash damage. She has pretty decent HP, almost 6.5k health, and about 600 defense. Pretty much no crit chance, crit damage, right? So we're gonna see exactly how we can potentially build her. But as a warrior, usually warriors are gonna be tanky, they're gonna be bruisers, right? So let's take a look at her skill number 3 here. So her skill number 3, Quixotic Crescent, acquires 30 fighting spirit and acquire 3 souls. So right away, fighting spirit, right? So similar to SSB, similar to the RGB variant, right? Some kind of focus, some kind of fighting spirit. This is a 4-turn cooldown. This is her S3 again. So attacks the enemy by moving unpredictably before granting vigor to the caster for 2 turns. So self vigor buff. When the enemy is defeated, grants vigor to all allies except for the caster for 2 turns. Okay, so right away, a condition. So if you know me, I don't like units with conditions, right? Because if they don't do what they need to do right away, it's going to be hard to kind of snowball. So a successful attack always results in a critical hit. Okay, so she doesn't need no crit. She doesn't need to be built with crit. Kind of like Fire 4 hit, right? Fire Charlotte doesn't need crit chance, so you can build full attack, HP, defense, crit damage, right? When the caster has a buff, increases damage dealt. So if she has buffs, she's going to be dealing more damage, and you can soul burn for 10 souls to reduce the cooldown of her skill 3 by 2 turns. So making it a 2-turn cooldown S3. That's pretty crazy, right? Because 2 turns, I mean, depending on the rest of her kit, she could potentially cycle really, really fast. I don't know about the vigor on all allies because you do need to get a kill, right? And so because you need a kill, I mean, you're probably like, by the time that you have vigor on everyone, you probably already won, right? Because you're going to nuke out 1 unit here. So she goes with her S3. Her S3 is really nice. And then everybody gets vigor buff. So, I mean, let's go back and take a look at that. Let's see how much damage she dealt. Oh, hold on. All right, so she hit a Bellion. She did about 13k, right? 13k damage, which isn't too bad. So Waxing Crescent here is her skill number 2. After attacking, increases attack of the caster by 10%. This effect can stack up to 5 times when an ally's attack gains 15 fighting spirit. And when fighting spirit is full, consumes all fighting spirit to activate all eyes on me. So she gains 10% attack up to 5 times. That's 50 up to 50% attack, right? And then she activates all eyes on me when people are getting countered. So when your friendlies are getting countered or getting hit, are getting attacked, right, she's gaining her fighting spirit. All eyes on me. So this is her extra attack, her changed attack. All eyes on me attacks all enemies and increases combat readiness of the caster by 20%. A successful attack always results in a critical hit. So again, she needs 0 crit damage or 0 crit, right? Because she is going to always, as long as she hits, right? So you got to watch out for evasion units, because if they evade, you don't crit. But for the most part, she's always going to crit, right? And then she gives herself a 20% CR push. So this opens her build up to being built 0 speed, right? 0 speed, she's gaining a lot of focus. And then when she, or fighting spirit, when she gains all of her fighting spirit, she consumes to use all eyes on me. And of course you max this out for damage. So let's see, everybody gets attacked. She does her back. And then she gets a little bit of a CR push. Okay, they have her built at like 20 something K HP, by the way. All right, by the way, still dealing decent damage, right? She did like, was it 13K on the Bellion, right? To nuke her out. She's okay. So she did like almost 13, let's say 13 to 15K on 20K HP, right? She is injured. She doesn't scale off of HP, so she does have attack buff here. She is also on immunity, right? Playing off the buffs, so she's dealing more damage. So, I mean, that's why they got her on a solo carry, right? I think she's going to be built a lot like SSB, right? A lot like SSB, a lot of bulk. I mean, you could potentially just run her on the same build, right? Like right now, I guess the meta build for SSB is lifesteal, right? And then if you want to go super meta, you probably go injury SSB, right? But for the most part, you want self-sustaining, like solo carry, it's lifesteal SSB. And so I can definitely see Lone Crescent Bellona on a lifesteal set, right? Omega tanky, because she's already a warrior, still dealing a good amount of damage because she gets that 50% attack increase, and she's dealing more damage with buffs. She's giving herself her own buff. That's pretty good. It actually sounds really, really good. So her skill number 1, Delicate Crescent, acquires 20 fighting spirit, attacks the enemy with a fan before granting immunity to the caster for 1 turn. So she gives herself immunity, self-immunity on the S1. Wow, that's pretty nice. A successful attack always results in a critical hit. So very, very nice that you don't have to build crit chance on this unit, right? So she should inherently be a lot easier to build. You don't have to worry about crit chance. So you're going to build her somewhat similar to like maybe an SSB currently, right? You could build her on lifesteal. You could also build her like speed, crit damage, kind of like a Zahak build. But I think it just depends on her multipliers, right? Because if her multipliers aren't insane, I think it would be better off if you just build her as a bruiser, right? You just build her as much tank as possible, but still keeping some attack and crit damage, right? You can definitely pump that up because you need 0 crit chance. And so all of those stats that you put into crit chance would go into either attack or crit damage, and then her bulk, right? Because she can definitely be a solo unit. And I think that if she is going to be a solo unit, she is 100% going to need lifesteal, right? Because you want her to heal up when she does her extra attack, when she S1s, when she S3s, right? And again, if her multipliers are really good, she can heal back a really good amount from her S3. But we'll see exactly how her damage is in game. But let me know your thoughts about ML Bellona. Are you going to be pulling for her? How many mystics do you have saved up? Let me know in the comment section below. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.